Life on the barren Himalayan plateau has not changed much for generations. Every day, even the simplest task of cooking food poses real health and safety challenges to those living in this harsh environment. But now, thanks to a growing form of socially targeted investing, life is changing for some of those living in these isolated communities. With funding from so-called impact investors, Scot Frank's company One Earth Designs is beginning to mass-produce and sell for $128 a safe and fume-free solar-powered stove.
In 2010, fuel was running out, and the government enforcement of anti-wood cutting was increasing. And so people needed better alternatives. Wood, coal, and gas didn't work or were too expensive. But yet so much sun falls on the Himalayan plateau and all parts of the world that are lacking clean energy options.
Impact investing is a way of doing good while not giving away your money for good. The phrase will be more familiar to the wealthy of London or New York than it will to the billionaires of East Asia, but that is about to change. The region's economies have bloomed, but it is hard to point out the Carnegies, Rockefellers or Cadburys whose names will be remembered as the great philanthropists of the era. That's not to say Asians do not give, they do, but charity often remains closer to home with the extended family, or, as with tycoons like Li Ka-shing and Stanley Ho in Hong Kong, it is focused on education, healthcare and facilities. Asia, however, is home to 75% of the world's lowest income people and households. There is much more money in the hands of the wealthy that could be used for greater social gain than is used right now.
And we feel that Asia is tremendously well suited for impact investing because there's both capital and a need for that capital. A recent report identified $10 trillion, I believe, in high net worth assets in the region. And at the same time, we know that there's tremendous need in the form of affordable housing, healthcare for the aging, off-grid rural electricity access, water and sanitation.
As a form of doing good, impact investing is growing more popular in the US and Western Europe. Recent research by JP Morgan and the Global Impact Investing Network has found almost 100 wealthy people and funds put $36 billion into such investments. $8 billion of that was invested in the past year alone, and another $9 billion is projected for this year.
Businesses exist originally to serve the community, but unfortunately, as the world becomes increasingly globalized, many businesses have veered a bit too much to the profit-making side at the expense of the communities. So impact investing is about bringing businesses back to the original purpose of surviving, namely to serve communities.
Some things, such as building schools for the poorest parts of society, will never generate very high returns, if any at all. But others, such as microfinance, can be quite lucrative. Businesses such as One Earth may even ultimately turn into fully commercial listed companies.
We want to become the green apple. And so we want to be developing products and having revenues as well as benefits for the people who invest in us and to be able to take this company public.
If socially directed investing can find anything like the same playing field as profit-seeking capital, much more money should find its way to those in need. Paul Davies, Financial Times, Hong Kong.